Countries around the world are set to convene in Belém, Brazil, starting on November 10th for 2 weeks. This is going to be the 30th Conference of Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is basically the world's main venue for combating climate change. It's coming at a time that the United States is about to withdraw from the Paris Agreement, which was one of the milestone agreements to come out of this 30 years of negotiations.
In 2015, we had a magical moment in Paris. We sent a signal to the market. That signal has helped on the increase of uptake of renewable energies all over the world.
It also comes at a time that countries are thirsting for energy to power the expansion of artificial intelligence. And it comes at a time that global governments are kind of torn between different priorities domestically. 10 years ago in Paris, countries got together and essentially, for the first time, agreed to all play their part in reducing global greenhouse gas emissions. It was seen as a breakthrough because not everyone was on the same page. You have major oil producers coming to the table with Pacific islands that are sinking and are beginning to relocate their populations. The gains that have been made since Paris, depending on who you ask, have been significant.
Most of what had to be negotiated has been negotiated and settled. So the technologies that are going to solve climate change have actually not just improved, they have exploded exponentially over the past 10 years. And that is actually the heart of what I call the Paris effect.
Countries agreed to prevent global temperatures from rising beyond 2 degrees Celsius with the aim of really keeping that temperature rise to below 1.5 degrees.
Since then, we have made progress, not far enough, not fast enough. But what's important is that it was a coming together of business, civil society and governments.
But what's happened in the 10 years since has been more of a mixed bag. The data says that basically we're headed for an overshoot of this 1.5 degree target. Global greenhouse gas emissions are still rising 34%. While it's a slower rate than has happened before countries got together, they're still rising at an alarming rate.
We have failed. We have not stabilized these emissions at a level that will prevent catastrophic impacts to human and to the planet overall.
But at the same time, we're seeing kind of global fatigue around climate action. It almost seems as the closer we get to these goals, the more countries seem to just be throwing their hands in the air.
Well, so the United States indicated in January of this year that it would withdraw from the Paris Agreement. How it decides to interact with this Conference of the Parties remains to be seen. The US wants to export gas. It wants to see other countries develop fossil fuels. Other countries are trying to build energy transitions that provide for their people and provide a clean economic future for a growing economy. But at the moment, there's more investment going into renewable energy than into fossil fuels.
We also have massive demand for energy coming from countries looking to be part of the expansion of artificial intelligence. In countries like China that are competing with the United States to lead the AI race, they're building still an alarming rate of coal plants, while they're also building out renewable energy. The current process is basically the only one that's available. At the same time, after 30 years, I think some people are really beginning to question whether this process is still fit for purpose or whether it's time to reform it.
The system is not working. We are literally drowning in paperwork, drowning on bureaucracy, and we need to streamline.
The fact that each country gets a vote and that decisions need to be kind of adopted by consensus means that progress has been very slow.
Most importantly, what we need are countries that do their work in their own territories. If every government were to comply with what they have to do in their own country, maybe we will not need a COP.